Hey everyone, Jim from Black Lion Sabers again. I know it's been a long time, but I'm back getting ready to start commissions again here in a few weeks. And I wanted to do another video just to kind of update where things are as far as um, crystal focus firmware updates and show off one of the hilts that I installed over my little break. So a few months ago I had my Graflex video with the crystal focus install. It's my personal Graflex. It's over here in my case. At the time, the blade FX settings were a little sparse, especially when compared to the Proffie. You can do your unstable blade, rainbow, that kind of stuff, but there wasn't an on spark, no localized lockup, no localized clash, that kind of stuff. And that was a little disappointing for me, considering that it was a pretty hype board. But good news is, Plecter Labs has released a firmware update that has fixed that. It's added all those features, and the second data pad is now supported, so you can run data to your blade and separate data to your Neopixel crystal chamber or crossguard support, that kind of stuff. So that's fun. Anyway, the hilt that I wanted to show off here is a Korbanth OWK3, or Obi-Wan Kenobi's episode 3 lightsaber. So it's a thin neck, which is one of my favorite kind of lightsabers. My favorite being Luke's from Return of the Jedi. I don't know which version I like best, but anyway, we digress. So yeah, episode 3 design, so it's got the fancy chrome plating here on the activation box and the clamp and on the pommel. It's also got looks like lacquered brass here on the neck section and some powder coated copper coloring there. And there is your emitter with a shine through blade plug there. All the grip section and the booster is anodized black, so that's awesome. And you have your accurate clamp card there. So when I got this hilt, I was a little frustrated that the clocking wasn't right on the cover check clip. So I guess when I got it, it's supposed to be at a 45-degree angle to the pommel, which you see it is right now. But when I got it, it was down here somewhere. So I had to do some sanding to get that clocking right. I ended up getting it to work, so I'm happy with the way that came out. This hilt does come with a second vented pommel. So when you want sound, you unscrew your display pommel. If you hear some noise in the background, that's my 3D printer printing a chassis right now. So anyway, back to the Obi-Wan, and then you put the vented pommel in like that, and this is installed with a Crystal Focus 10. Also has a 18650 lithium-ion hydrating battery for the Neopixel, a TCS WOW 28mm speaker, 2.1 recharge port, standard stuff. The chassis in here is the the PIY or print it yourself file from the Saber Armory and Goth 3D Designs. So I did not design this chassis, but it's because I didn't want to reinvent the wheel since they already had a great one. This does not feature a crystal chamber. That's okay. I also put in here, for the first time, used one of the stock Neopixel connectors in the emitter, because I knew that it had a shine through blade plug here, and there's not a whole lot of depth there to fit in some Neopixels. So I put in the stock connector because it has Neopixels on the connector PCB. I printed out a custom holder for it, so it's all in there snug. It's not going anywhere. Glued in. You know what? I don't even think I glued it in. I think it might be press fit. It's in there real tight. Anyway, these connectors are awesome because I can have this little shallow blade plug that I needed to actually trim down a little bit once I got that connector in there. Drop it in there, and the LEDs on the PCB will light it up. So let me show it off here for a second. To access the chassis, fold here, screw off the booster, and it did take some sanding down on the speaker to get in to fit in the tight bottom half section here, but it slides out very easily. No need to worry about not pulling all the way. I know some people don't remove theirs further than this, but I took mine, sanded it down, so it's, as you can see, it is flush and it comes right off. So there's your chassis, speaker, recharge port with the kill key, and the crystal focus right there with the SD card access and USB port. So also I should mention that the crystal focus now is able to mount the SD card from and access it via USB, so you never have to take the USB or the SD card out anymore. You can just plug your I'm sorry, too many acronyms, USB cable in and access it via your computer, and that's it. Anyway, kill key, turn to...
Goodness, you're not one to trifle with, are you?
There we go. So this font is the Negotiator, which comes standard on the Crystal Focus 10, which is perfect for this hilt because it is a Kenobi Clone Wars inspired font. Anyway, just talking about the pixel connectors. Fire it up.
I have a bad feeling about this. Let negotiations begin.
See how that is lit up now? Got your smooth swing. Let me take that blade plug out so you can see what I'm talking about with the shock connectors. Also, I don't know if you noticed or not, but the OnSpark is there now too. So it flashed white. There, you can see him. Perfect. Yeah, pretty neat.
There's never time to limber up.
I love this font. There's so much Kenobi sass. Anyway, okay, let's light that up again so you can see the OnSpark.
You can't win.
God, that's loud. Holy cow. Okay. I'm going to do a demo here in a little bit.
This is the last time Cody takes a day off.
I'm going to do a demo here in a little bit and compare the base firmware, which is what's installed on my Graflex. No, I shouldn't say base. It's the first update, which did the SD card access. And the new beta firmware, which has the OnSpark, localized clash, localized lockup, that kind of stuff. But I'm not gonna do it here sitting in my chair because it's hard to see the blade effects with this camera. So I'm gonna do it on the floor so you can see it light up like the floor next to it. Works better on camera, trust me. Anyway, yeah. So as I mentioned, Neopixel install, cool shock connectors, love them. Would recommend them to anybody. Let's go ahead and get started with that demo on the floor. So hold on tight. All right, hi everybody. Here we are on my floor, getting ready to show off some blade effects here. We've got a Crystal Focus 10 installed Graflex on the left. Right here, we have a Crystal Focus 10 installed OWK3 right here, and the Graflex has the first stable firmware update on it, so it does not include the OnSpark, localized lockup, etc. And on the right, the beta version of the new effects with the OnSpark. Yeah, all that stuff. So, without further ado, these are both set to the same font, and you're going to have to excuse the low battery loading warning on the OWK3. I don't have time to charge it up before I do this video, so we're just going to deal with it. Anyway, let's do the old style first, just so it's fresh in our mind. Let me turn this on here. As you can see,
I have a bad feeling about this. Let negotiations begin.
So it's going to light up your Let's light everything up. There's no flash of white with the blade ignition. I think the flare that you see when that does that is the camera adjusting to the new light source. So let's do the lockup here. Get my auxiliary settings, and the whole blade is. God, I love this font. The whole blade is. The whole blade is turning white. Not really canon accurate, because you know, in the shows and the movies, you're only going to get one spot that lights up when you lock a blade up. So blaster deflect remains the same. That's still there. Okay, so let's turn this one off. Okay. Now let's do the OnSpark with the OWK3.
Cell energy critical.
I have a bad feeling about this. Let negotiations begin.
All right. So there's that. Biggest difference. There you go.
Very confident, aren't you? Perhaps I've misjudged the situation.
I love this font. Okay, so there's the localized lockup. Let's do some clashes here. I don't think that the one thing that Plecter hasn't done is put out a manual update that fully gives you all of the localized clash features. Like, it's not, when you read the manual, it's not clear which setting is localized clash. I don't think I have it enabled, but we'll just do it anyway. There we go. There's the clash.
There's never time to limber up.
Okay, one more time with the OnSpark.
Cell energy critical.
Our guests have arrived. Let negotiations begin.
So here you go. And one more time with the Graphics.
Our guests have arrived.
And next to each other.
Energy critical.
I have a bad feeling about this. Let negotiations begin.
We'll do that one more time.
This is the last time Cody takes a day off.
Cell energy critical.
Our guests have arrived. Let negotiations
There we
begin.
go. Okay.
You're wasting your time.
Cody takes a day off.
Too much Kenobi. Okay. Let's switch to some other fonts here.
Sound bank selection.
This is General Kenobi.
I have a ton of fonts on here.
Crystal focus.
This is where the fun begins.
Elegant weapon, but a more civilized. Oh, best bit.
That lightsaber was
Young Rey.
Welcome, young Skywalker.
Oh, let's do this one.
Can't kill my own father.
Okay, so this is a green blade, and the flash on clash is not set to white. It's set to kind of an orangish yellow. So when you do the OnSpark, it's gonna do the same color that the flash on clash is. So when we turn this one on, it's gonna flash orange and then go to green.
cell energy critical.
Take your weapon.
And there you go. And once again, localized lockup.
Kill me before, and I don't believe you'll destroy me now. You underestimate the power of the dark side. Good. Let me look on you with my own eyes.
Okay.
Sound bank selection.
Welcome, Luke Skywalker.
Lady
Oh, let's go back to
Tano.
Ahsoka's white blade.
Cell energy critical.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Sound bank selection.
Lady.
Lord Vader, I've been waiting for this day for a long time.
Okay.
I'll show you the dark side.
One thing I've never been fond of when I show these blades off is the unstable look when it's just I'm just sitting there in front of the camera. So let's do this and it'll show up a lot better, I'm sure.
Cell energy critical.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That is the unstable effect on the Crystal Focus 10. Looks great, doesn't it? And you still get the localized lockup with that. So, there we go. Fun stuff. So yeah, there was the demonstration on some of the new effects with the Crystal Focus 10. Really think that does a lot to close the gap with the Proffie. There's still a lot of things that Proffie can do that the Crystal Focus is, well, not equipped to do just yet. That's all right. Looking forward to some more firmware updates, and it sounds like Irv at Plecter Labs is firmly in coding mode right now, so we'll see some more come out soon. Hopefully this new version will be out of beta as well. Yeah, just a couple more things about the OWK3. You may be wondering about blade wobble with such a short emitter, like short blade depth. What I did to combat that was I actually built a Neopixel blade specifically for this one. It's here. It's not recessed at all, so it's a normal type Neopixel blade, but instead of, one of my standard practice was when I build a blade is I sand the outside of it to take down some of that new tube, I don't know. It makes it look more flat, and it helps diffuse the light better. There we go. Anyway, but I did not sand the bottom of it, so when you insert it into the emitter, you're going to get a tight fit, and then once the retention screw is tightened, it's not going to wobble around anywhere. So obviously you don't want to duel with it because of the short depth, but it is it more than works to swing it around and do some spinning if you want to, so it's not going to go anywhere on you. Anyway, that's the OWK3. I really like this hilt. It's real comfortable to hold in the hand. It's real slim. The only thing that I don't like about it, and that's just with the chrome plating, it is a fingerprint magnet. So I'm going to have to wipe it down with cloth after I'm done with this video. And yeah. Oh, and charge it up because the battery's low. Y'all heard that. Anyway, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, commissions will be opening up soon. My plan is to get a few Sabers done for the customers that went in on the Proffie 2.2 run back late last year. They graciously have been waiting on me to come back from my break to do a couple Sabers for them, but I should be able to get that relatively quickly done and then move on to other builds. So basically it's going to go, those Sabers go first because they have been waiting and they went on the Proffie run, and that's only fair to them. Then after that, it will open up to other customers. I know I've gotten a lot of messages from a lot of people, and just because you asked me back in, I don't know, September, October, November, that I did not keep a tally or a list of who asked when, because I know things can change between now and then, and I'd rather just open the floodgates, and it's going to be a first come, first served basis after the Proffie customers are done. So, yeah, I'll probably take 5 to 7 commissions to start, and then commissions will close after that. Get some hilts done, reopen them, get some hilts done, close. So it's just going to repeat that pattern. So if you don't get in on the earliest commission run, be patient. Like I said a while ago, I do these hilts one at a time. This is not my day job. I do these in my spare time because I love to do it, and I like to make nice lightsabers for people. So it'll be worth the wait for those of you that do have to wait. Yeah, other things as far as pricing and things go. Crystal Focus 10 is going to be on the Black Lion tier. That cost of that is going to drop from $500 down to $400. And if you want, here's another deal I'm doing. I was doing Neopixel blades for $140. So if you wanted a Neopixel blade on top of the install price, then Like, in other words, yeah, it's whatever the install price plus the 140. Anyway, I'm not doing that anymore. If you want a Neopixel blade included, it's going to be an extra $100. So, if you want a Crystal Focus 10 installed on a hilt that you already have, send it to me. It'd be $500 for the install. Granted, that doesn't include any bells and whistles like crystal chambers, stuff like that. Basic install, soundboard, speaker, recharge port, chassis, Neopixel connector, battery, all that fun stuff. And you will get a Neopixel blade to the length of your liking included, whether it be 7/8 or 1 inch, not 3/4 though, because that's tiny. But yeah, 1 inch, 7/8 to the length of your desire, and I will make that happen for an extra 100 instead of 140. What else? I was really hoping that the Golden Harvest V3 was going to be out by the time that I opened up commissions, but it doesn't sound like it is. I know that's going to be a price on that is going to be around $50 per board, which is it's a really good price. So I'm considering doing those on the basic tier, which was at $275 last time around, and that will stay the same. So if you want a Neopixel setup with a Golden Harvest V3, once those are released, and you need the blade as well, that would be $375. What else? I was also hoping the KR Verso soundboard would be out yet, and those will be coming soon. Maybe even by the time I'm done with the Proffie installs, the Verso board may be out, and that one definitely will be on the basic tier because it's going to be a basic board. It'll support smooth swing, Neopixel, but it will not have multiple fonts. It won't have some of the advanced effects like lockup, stuff like that, but it will have color change on the fly, which is cool. So it's going to be a basic budget board. So yeah, but for now, the Nano Biscotti is going to stay on the basic tier. I cannot wait for the day that I'm going to stop installing Nano Biscottis because I just think they're outdated. That's all. But yeah, but due to the availability of other soundboards, that's staying on my install list. Yeah, still waiting for the KR crossguards to come out. Planning on buying one of those and installing it, and if it all goes well, I'll open up commissions for crossguards. I do have a couple customers interested in double-sided or staff sabers. That's fine, I will do those. That's not an issue, but it's just the crossguard and the wiring of the three Neopixel things that concerns me at this point. But I want to make sure I can do it right so that I don't mess up a customer's thing. That's not what I want to do. I want to make sure everything is done correctly and well, and so that when you get your saber back, you know that every penny that you spent on it was spent well and absolute care was taken in its construction. So thanks again for watching. Glad to be back doing videos, working on another one of my hilts here. It's that KR Qui-Gon that I post on Facebook and Instagram. It's not the new run, but it's the first run, the 2016 run, and I'm working on creating a custom blade plug for that so that it will have the accurate copper front, but we'll review that when we get there. Anyway, once again, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Black Lion Sabers on Facebook, Instagram now. You're on the YouTube channel, so you know that's there. Anyway, may the force be with you. Rep it,